revealed 5-point plan for Ukraine solution for peace, Ukraine disarms, end to Russia's isolation. The US revealed Kellogg plan for peace in Ukraine, but Russia wants a complete rearrangement of the European security architecture. And this is news, it just came in 9 hours ago. The new US administration under Donald Trump will be called upon to diplomatically manage the West's defeat in Ukraine and is therefore already planning the package of concessions it will offer Russia in order to end the conflict. However, the Kremlin is not comfortable with temporary half measures, such as suspending Ukraine's NATO membership and as it is revealed, is proposing a comprehensive negotiation, a renegotiation of Europe's security architecture. In this way, Russia aims to ensure that the West will not plant a new Ukraine case anywhere else in the continent, which will threaten Moscow's national sovereignty with NATO weapons. The 5-point plan of Trump, the Kellogg plan for Ukraine. More specifically, OSW revealed the preliminary plan of the new President Trump's special envoy, Keith Kellogg, for ending the war in Ukraine. According to the report, Kellogg intends to follow this plan to resolve the Ukrainian conflict and has already outlined the main steps that the US should take to de-escalate the situation. The US plan to be proposed to Russia, according to the report, includes 5 points. The first is to end the attempt to isolate Russia and bury the plan to demonize Russian President Putin in the Western media and the public sphere. The second point is to put pressure on both sides of the conflict to start peace talks and a ceasefire. The third point includes incentives towards Russia. According to reports, Kellogg is reportedly proposing to postpone Ukraine's accession to NATO for 10 years, cede all former Ukrainian territories to Russia, and gradually lift all sanctions against Moscow. As part of this approach, Russia is supposed to accept the terms of a ceasefire that would be acceptable to Ukraine. The fourth point concerns the continuation of military and economic support for Kiev regime, provided that Ukraine does not recognize the lost territories as Russian. However, Kiev will be prohibited from regaining them through the use of military force. Finally, the fifth point of Kellogg plan provides for putting pressure on Ukraine by cutting off military support if it refuses to participate in negotiations. It's recalled that the Kremlin has repeatedly clearly stated Russia's position. The freeze of the conflict is not until all the objectives of the special military operation are completed. Russia's response via Malofeyev, Trump plan is doomed to failure. Putin wants a new Yalta, not half measures. Donald Trump's promise to end Russia's war in Ukraine is doomed to failure if the US president-elect does not take Russia's security concerns into account in broader talks, warned the hardline Russian tycoon Konstantin Malofeyev, echoing the Russian position on the US leak of the Trump-Kellogg plan. In particular, Konstantin Malofeyev, who is subject to Western sanctions, told the Financial Times that President Putin would reject the peace plan expected to be brought by Trump's special envoy for the conflict, Keith Kellogg. Kellogg goes to Moscow with his plan. We take it and tell him we don't like anything. That will be the whole negotiation, Malofeyev said in an interview at a luxury resort in Dubai. For the talks to be constructive, we need to talk not about the future of Ukraine, but about the future of Europe and the world. Malofeyev said Trump could only end the conflict if he reverses Washington's decision to use advanced long-range weapons and remove Ukrainian President Zelensky from the Ukrainian presidency. He will then be able to meet Putin to discuss all issues of the world order at the highest level. As he warned after the launch of American and British long-range missiles from Kiev on Russian soil and Putin's response by launching experimental nuclear-capable ballistic missiles in Ukraine, the world is on the brink of nuclear war. Putin's latest peace proposal. It's noted that Russian President Vladimir Putin's latest peace proposal to Ukraine, as outlined in various reports and statements until the end of October 2024, set the following two conditions for participation in peace talks with Ukraine. 1. Complete withdrawal of Ukrainian forces from territories of Donetsk, Lugansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia regions. 2. Ukraine must officially renounce its plans to join NATO. Putin stated that once Ukraine agrees to withdraw from these regions and declares its intention to remain neutral, not in NATO, Russia will immediately order a ceasefire and begin negotiations. The negotiations will cover international recognition of the new territorial reality and the lifting of all Western sanctions against Russia as part of any peace deal. When Putin's plan became known, Ukraine and Western countries rejected it, insisting that peace requires the complete withdrawal of Russian forces from all Ukrainian territory, including Crimea, which voted to join Russia in 2014. And this is from Banking News. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.